are doing something special tonight because so many of you have written in or called in to say you don't know what to do about back to school. We want to help you understand the options between in-school and virtual learning. So we gathered your questions and we put together a back-to-school panel with Lee County School District leaders and parents. So representing the school district, we have Rob Spicker, the Assistant Director of Media Relations and School Board member Gwinnetta Gittens. Dr. Shadrika McIntosh is a pharmacist and mother of 3, and Julian Harris, mom and member of the Lee County Reopening Task Force. So you'll also see morning anchor Lisa Greenberg and reporter Lauren Petrelli, who led the discussion this morning. If you do need a reminder, there are forward learning options for students in Lee County. Of course, you can always find your own curriculum and homeschool. You can send your child to a brick and mortar school. You also have the choice of Lee Home Connect. That's where the students are paired with a teacher from their school for at-home full-time online learning. Finally, there's Lee Virtual School, which is run by the district and offers more flexibility for timing of lessons. All right, so let's get started with a big question about when classes will begin.
I kind of pretty much understand the 4 options that are there for parents, as far as going back to school and returning to school. My question is more so around the idea of when to start. How are those discussions going? Because that seems to me almost the best option at this point is to delay, but that's my opinion. But I'm just wondering how those discussions are going with regard to starting the starting date for school.
Rob, you're probably the best one to answer that one.
Well, and Gwen may have some answers too, because it came up yesterday in their board briefing. But the answer is that yes, those discussions are ongoing about possibly pushing back the start of school. The superintendent has indicated to the board he's thinking about it and looking at maybe a 1, 2, or 3 week delay in the start of school. And if there is such a delay, then taking it to our calendar committee, because the entire calendar would have to be readjusted and approved by the board. So those discussions are ongoing with a decision due by July 20th, whether or not school will start August 10th or at a later date.
And I thank you. That's the answer that we got. Yesterday was a plethora of information. We had a board workshop from 9 to 12, and we did talk about, of course, this issue. And then the district had a live town hall that was very informative for the community and the parents and all. I get, of course, like all the board members, and I'm sure the district, get a lot of questions and what ifs and what are we going to do? And as I explain it to people, it is a moving target. It's like being at the fair and you're trying to shoot at the yellow ducks going by and somebody speeds them up and they're going even faster. So we are having to face a lot of, like you mentioned, a lot of different angles of this. A lot of things are changing from day to day. I do know that the parents, from my understanding, are very appreciative of the options, the 4 options, and I believe that they understand the options. The main issue with most of the parents in the community are the meat that goes with it, the safety issue. So the options are wonderful according to parents. They just want to know all of the little details, and that's the things that are the moving target. So we are working feverishly. I hats off to all of the district staff, the task force that worked so hard at trying to kind of garner this and get ahead of it. But I don't think there's any getting ahead of COVID at this point. It's just keeping up with it.